to be a first-round pick, you had to sit for a year behind a guy that you were clearly more gifted than. Good guy, but like Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith, I get a year. When you're sitting for 3 years, it would you'd pull your hair out. And here's Jordan Love, total grown-up, mature. How hard do you think it was to sit for 3 full years and get no meaningful snaps? It's as a pro athlete. What do you make of that?
It's a huge challenge, especially, if you're a first round pick, you've probably been good since the 4th or 5th grade. So you've been on the field, since the 4th or 5th grade. So for the first time in your career, you're having to sit and watch somebody else play. And, fortunately for him, he wasn't probably ripping his hair out because he's watching Aaron Rodgers play, and he was still playing at a, extremely elite level. And you referenced it earlier, Colin, when you talked about his game, Jordan's game reminding you of Patrick Mahomes. When I watch Jordan Love play, he reminds me of Aaron Rodgers. I mean, the way he throws the ball, the way he moves within the pocket, the velocity the ball comes out with, the quickness that the ball comes out with. I think he spent those 3 years diagnosing his game, picking up on little things, watching the way he worked, watching the drills he did in practice. And he's built that because he did not look like that coming out of Nevada. The ball did not come out that way. He wasn't gifted enough to throw the ball, off balance and off platform the way he is right now. Some of those balls he was throwing last night, like you've seen Aaron do for years, he's not planted in the ground. He's not using the force of the ground while the ball is coming off of his index finger. He's generating the velocity from his lower half and coming off the ground, but still getting velocity and spin and RPMs of the football coming off his index finger, much like we saw Aaron Rodgers and much like he watched Aaron Rodgers do for 3 years while he was sitting behind him waiting for his opportunity.
So I want to talk Bo Nix. He right now is playing so well on third down. So I always thought of third down as a quarterback down. Maybe it's a coach's down. How much of third down success for Bo Nix is Sean Payton? How much is Bo? How much is personnel? How do you view third down?
Hugely on both sides as far as what Bo Nix's God-given abilities are and what Coach Sean Payton brings to the table. So you compare, or you combine a great offensive-minded coach and then a quarterback that's really mature, really smart, really does a good job taking care of the football, and he has the ability, if number 1 and number 2 aren't there, to get out there and move the chains with his feet. That's a really rare, unique, and rare combination that they have going in Denver.
Yeah. The Daniel Jones story is fascinating. So I've seen Baker and Sam Darnold reinvent themselves. And Daniel Jones, I'm the first to admit, I just didn't see it. I thought he was kind of stiff. I didn't think he was terribly fluid. I thought the easy stuff, 15 and under, looked too hard. And now I watch him in Indy and I'm like, oh, you've got to sign him to an extension. This is a big, strong, athletic guy. I don't know. I mean, I missed on that. Are you surprised? They're the number 1 most efficient offense in the league by a long shot. Are you surprised at all?
No, I'm not. I mean, I've always liked his game. I wasn't quite sure of him when he was coming out of Duke. The athletic ability is there. I mean, he showed it time and time again in New York. Now, having protection and having the confidence in the guys in front of you, they were a mess up front in New York his entire time there, and they still are a bit of a mess up front. But you give him a solid offensive line with Jonathan Taylor and a defense and a great young play caller. I really like this setup for Daniel. The only thing that, you don't love about his game is he doesn't have just an overpowering arm, a ton of velocity on the football, but he doesn't need it. I think he's always done a good job moving and extending plays. I mean, some of the plays you think back because he was in that New York media, the long 50-yard or 60-yard run where he tripped in the open field, that got overhyped and overplayed, but the guy still took off for 50 all the time in New York. He was always making plays with his legs. So the athletic ability's there. You give him the running game and the offensive line play that he's had, along with that defense and that play caller. It's a great recipe for him in Indy for sure.
So it's weird. It happens. I see it in the NBA sometimes where a really good player leaves, but the chemistry and the ball movement improves. And maybe it's a guy that is, you bring in a guy that's less talented, but he's a little better teammate, more willing passer. In the NFL, A.J. Brown doesn't play. Philadelphia explodes. And I'm like, I like A.J. Brown. I'm a fan of A.J. Brown. But I remember when the Cowboys got rid of Dez Bryant, and they loved him. He was a touchdown magnet. But Dak was better. He didn't wake up in the morning thinking, I got to get it to Dez 12 times. And I do feel like Jalen Hurts is better when he's just sprinkling the infield. When he's throwing, he can do RPOs. He can do tush push. And I watched A.J. Brown, and I said earlier today, I'm like, I think he would fit with Vrabel in New England. I don't know. Watching yesterday without him, maybe this great athlete, all they do is think about getting him the ball. Did you ever play with a team that moved off a great athlete and actually the team was a bit more functional?
Oh, like you saying that we see it all the time. AJ Brown's heavy on Jalen Hurts' shoulders, and you sensed it for the first 6 weeks of the season. And then you saw him just explode, and like you're saying, he was just playing more fluid, he's playing quicker. When you have an ego or the drama that comes with somebody like AJ that he's brought into that locker room and really into that huddle and into Jalen Hurts' week. As your week is going on and, you install first and second down early in the week, then you get to third down, then you get to red zone. As those plays are being installed in meetings, as you're then going out on the field and replicating them, and then you're going back inside the meetings and watching those filmed practice plays. In Jalen's mind, when AJ's a part of it, he's always thinking about it. And on this play, what if I get this? And how do I get AJ the ball in this situation? And then you go out on the field and you try to do it, and you try to keep him into practice and keep his energy level high and keep him running 100, running full speed, because you don't want him to run 70% when you do take a shot and then you overthrow it. And then, that gets heavy, that weighs on Jalen's shoulders. So I was not surprised at all to see the success they had. And I wouldn't be all that surprised if AJ wasn't on that team for very much longer.
How's your son doing? How's your high school team doing?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Santa Margarita won a big game this last weekend against Orange Lutheran. We finish out the regular season this Friday night on Halloween, and then on to the playoffs. Are you one of those coaches on the headset? Yelling and screaming, and I'm always yelling. I'm always screaming. I'm not cussing, but I'm on the headset, and I'm in the ref's ear nonstop. And critiquing their game more than I'm critiquing my own player's game. But yeah, I'm that guy yelling and screaming on the headset for sure.
All right. My kind of coach. Carson Palmer. Great seeing you, my man.
Thanks, Colin.
Yeah, he does not age. Santa Margarita, his team, his son's the quarterback, number 11 in the nation. Hey, you got to get on those refs. Got to get on those guys. It's like me on J-Mac. Got to keep them in line. Sometimes you give them that zebra shirt and they think they run the world.
Yeah, I got my first technical in my men's league this season. 5 seasons, never got a tech. Got one this season. I'm a chirpy. I'm shocker. I'm a noisy guy sometimes.
Yeah, I'm shocked by that. Summer is over. It's getting colder, and if your home is one that sounds like an old 1988 sedan every time the heat kicks on, time for a serious upgrade. Don't run a football team with backup quarterbacks, and don't run your home with outdated heating equipment. Navien has a full line of HVAC and water heating products that deliver all-star comfort. Their air-to-air heat pump, whisper quiet, efficient. The Navien Hydro Furnace, powerful, built to perform when it matters most. Don't wait for your old system to fail in the middle of lousy weather. Upgrade your home heating and hot water systems now with Navien. Go smart, go efficient, go Navien. Find your local Navien HVAC or water heating installer today at navieninc.com. Navien. Navieninc.com.
I am dedicated. I am TNT. With Team in Training, you will reach your best physical self so blood cancer patients can reach theirs. Change your life by joining a marathon, half marathon, triathlon, or a cycle event, and you'll change the lives of blood cancer patients.
I am committed. I am TNT.
After 600,000 participants and almost $1 billion raised for treatments, TNT has helped the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society make a significant impact in the advancement of blood cancer therapies that save lives every day.
I am making a difference. I am TNT.
Join TNT. Expand your circle of friends to be part of a very special community. Train with world-class trainers and have the chance to be part of the most exciting endurance sports events in the country. Or train on your own schedule with TNT Flex. Join TNT and fundraise while you train and take part in getting us all closer to a world without blood cancers.
Join TNT now. Go to teamintraining.org.
This is The Herd.
You got to be consistent.
With Colin Cowherd.
Mic check.
Jordan Love's second half on the road, standalone game against maybe a Hall of Fame coach and a veteran defense. That's as good a second half in that spot as Favre and Rodgers had. He is elite. Arm, size, mobility, accuracy. Combine that with Matt LaFleur's play design and the Green Bay smart front office. This is going to be a Super Bowl capable winning team for the next 5 years minimum. And last night was very instructive for NFL fans. I watched a game between the Packers and the Steelers, and I saw smart and progressive and offensively nimble from one franchise, and then I also watched the Steelers. I mean, these are two franchises going in the opposite direction with the opposite ideology.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Wow.
Weekdays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific.
Hi, it's Margot from Bennett's Restaurants. At Bennett's, it's all about bold flavors and fresh handcrafted food served with genuine hospitality. Craving prime hand-cut steaks? We've got them. Fresh salmon, halibut, or giant Mexican prawns? We've got those too. At Bennett's, we serve premium seafood and steaks in a relaxed setting. Whether you're joining us for a special night out or a casual bite, we'll treat you like family every time. Find us in Sacramento, Roseville, and Rockland. View our menus and make a reservation at bennettsrestaurants.com.
The statewide special election is November 4th. All voters will receive a ballot in the mail and have several options to return their ballot conveniently, including a postage-paid envelope. You can also vote in person at any vote center and have access to your ballot in an accessible format, as well as receive assistance in multiple languages. Be sure to vote early and avoid the lines. Learn more at elections.saccounty.gov or call toll-free 1-800-762-8019.
Hey, it's Grant Nape here for DAS Mechanical, HVAC retrofit and service specialist. Family owned and operated since 2018, serving Sacramento and Placer counties. And yeah, the weather's going to turn soon, and it's going to start getting chilly. And when you need that heater to work, you don't want to be Mr. or Mrs. Uh-oh. You need to make sure that you're good to go. Well, right now at DAS Mechanical, they have a $69 winter maintenance check. That's right. Only $69 through the end of November. Take advantage of that by going to dasmechanical.org. That's D as in dog, A, S as in Sam, mechanical.org. You can schedule everything online and make sure you look at their 5-star reviews and their numerous Best of the Best awards. Homeowners, business for commercial maintenance, it's all there for you. DAS Mechanical. That's dasmechanical.org. Take advantage of that $69 special now.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax